You know, it's funny how we crave what we once had only when it's gone. But why do we do that? Why do we realize the value of something or someone only after we've let them slip through our fingers? Maybe it's human nature. Or maybe, just maybe, we don't lose things. We throw them away without even realizing it. And by the time we wake up, it's too late. Some people think they can always come back to what they left behind. That no matter how much they neglect something or someone, it will always be waiting for them. But what happens when they return and find nothing there?
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not.
Nina was a kind of woman every man claimed to want. The woman who had your back through thick and thin. She was hardworking, reliable and strong. The kind of wife who held the home together even when her world was falling apart. She cooked, cleaned, built a business from the ground up, and still made sure her husband, Eric, had everything he needed. But Eric, he wasn't the man she married. At least, not anymore. When they first fell in love, he was attentive, caring, present. But somewhere along the way, ambition turned into greed, and love turned into neglect. He was always busy, always traveling, always chasing something bigger. At first, Nina thought it was just work. She believed him when he said he was doing this for them. She believed him when he said the late nights, the endless business trips, the weeks and months away were all for their future. But deep down, she knew. She knew work wasn't keeping him away. Other women were. While she was home taking care of everything, managing the house, keeping the family together, Eric was out wining and dining women who didn't even compare to her. She was a full package, yet he was out there entertaining cheap imitations. He thought she didn't know, but she knew. She saw the subtle changes, the way he no longer looked at her like he used to, the way his phone was always face down, the way his cologne smelled different when he came home from his so-called business trips. She saw the lipstick stains that weren't hers, the late-night messages from unknown numbers, the sudden unexplained expenses on their credit card. And every time she confronted him, he had the same response. "You're overthinking, Nina. Stop being paranoid. Everything I do for us." But he did, because when the anniversary came and went without so much as a phone call, when their son's birthday passed and Eric didn't even bother to show up, when another year turned into 2, she realized something. She was married, but she was alone. And she was done waiting for a man who had already left her long ago. The day Eric finally decided to come home for real this time, he walked into an empty house. The scent of her cooking no longer filled the air. The warmth that once made this place a home had vanished. The closet where her clothes hung was bare. On the table sat a note. You had a wife who loved you, a home that welcomed you, a family that stood by you. But you chose to abandon it all for temporary thrills. And now, you have nothing. I hope the women you chased were worth losing the one who would have given you everything. Eric's hands trembled as he read the words over and over again. He tried calling her, but her number was no longer in service. He drove to her favorite spots, hoping to find her there, but she was gone. And then, one day, he saw her. She was sitting in a cafe, laughing a genuine, free, happy laugh. A kind of happiness he hadn't seen for years. And next to her was a man who looked at her the way he used to, a man who held her hand, as if he knew her worth. Eric wanted to call out to her, but he knew she wasn't his to call anymore. He had lost her, not because she stopped loving him, but because he made her feel unloved. And now she has moved on. He had chased after everything: money, status, women, only to realize that the one thing he should have held onto was gone. Some losses are permanent, and some lessons come too late. Lessons to learn. Neglect is a slow poison. It doesn't kill love instantly. It drains it bit by bit until there's nothing left. 1. In marriage, prioritize your partner. A good spouse isn't a guarantee. They are a blessing. Treat them as such. 2. In relationships, don't assume love is enough. Love without effort is like a car without fuel. It wouldn't take you anywhere. 3. In life, understand this. If you don't appreciate what you have today, you may wake up tomorrow and realize it's gone. Loyalty is a rare gift. If someone gives it to you, don't throw it away, because once it's gone, it may never come back. Did this story hit home? Have you ever been in Nina's shoes? Or maybe even Eric's? Let's talk about this. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Podcast with Sheila for more powerful real-life stories. And of course, stay tuned, because this chicken stir-fry sauce I'm making is about to be ready. Let's eat, reflect, and most importantly, cherish what we have before it's too late. Until we meet again, remember, change begins with you. Have a brilliant day. Bye.